Usborne Illustrated Fairy Tales. I have to let you know, I have a bunch of daughters totally excited about this one. This is another one of our illustrated stories collection. It runs for $19.99. It is one of our really thick, padded, hardcover, just beautifully illustrated keepsake edition of 10 of the fairy tales that you would be familiar with, like Sleeping Beauty, The Emperor and the Nightingale, Beauty and the Beast, The Dragon Painter, The Frog Prince, The Elves and the Shoemaker, Little Red Riding Hood, Cinderella, The Swan Princess, and The Emperor's New Clothes. And one thing that I didn't realize is that in the back it gives a little bit of history. And did you know that there's 700 versions of Cinderella? Who knew, And it tells you which versions the one in here is based on. So it may be a little bit different than the one that you're familiar with, the animated one from Disney. The thing that I like as well is that it is written for like a 7 and up. So there's lots of really rich illustrations, not an intimidating amount of text per page. So it keeps their interest. But the stories are still short enough that you could do for a bedtime. One story before they go to bed. And each story is illustrated by a different illustrator. So the styles, say that was from Beauty and the Beast versus the Dragon Painter, are completely different. And then the style in the Frog Prince is completely different. So they're getting a taste of lots of different kinds of illustration. It's not from, one author or one illustrator. But I love the idea of the satin ribbon, so that way you can say, okay, one story and then lights out, to encourage them that if they want to stay up a little bit longer, they have to be reading. And we have about 20 different ones in that series, but this one is illustrated fairy tales. We also have things like Grimm's fairy tales and enchanted stories, Hans Christian Andersen's fairy tales, Dickens, Shakespeare, classics, Bible stories, adventure stories, just lots of different options, all that are padded and hardcover and that kind of keepsake special edition. And they run for $19.99.